Hello, I'm Neil Henderson. I'm the MYP coordinator at Sir College of Putra. I'm here to briefly explain to you the MYP programme in a short space of time. If you have any questions, please email me. So the MYP curriculum framework comprises of 8 subjects: language and literature, individuals and societies, maths, science, physical and health education, language acquisition, arts and design. It brings together 4 themes, which are approaches to teaching and approaches to learning, global context and concepts. These enable us to make our curriculum into an international curriculum. We bring information from all corners of the world, and we use curriculums from around the world to make the best education for our students here at Sir College of Putra in the MYP. So what is the middle years programme? It's a programme where the student is at the centre. And as you can see, in the centre we have the student, we have approaches to learning, global context, concepts, and approaches to teaching just there, which bring all of our units, our subjects, the international mindedness of the MYP all together into one place. And it really helps to mesh all the subjects together to show students how they all cross over and interlink with each other, and they're not just standalone subjects. We have a personal project, which is the culmination of learning within the MYP, and that happens in grade 10. We look at the global context, so we bring these from our units, we get the students to understand them. We look at key concepts. These are concepts that are used for interdisciplinary units and cover all subjects. And then we have the related concepts, which are going deeper and more complex, giving us a better and more sophisticated conceptual understanding. We have the approaches to learning, the ATLs. These come under 5 elements: thinking, communication, social, self-management, and research. On the right, I've put an example of some of the self-management skills that students learn over their time through the MYP. And we like to teach these explicitly and implicitly so that students understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. These are examined or tested in the personal project in grade 10. So we look at teaching them explicitly, so they're beginning, they understand the beginning, they learn and they develop and they practice those ATL skills. And then by the time they finished in grade 10, going into grade 11, they are experts or masters and they understand the skills. Now, there are over 140 skills. We don't teach all of them because that would prove very tricky, but we do a majority of them implicitly and we do teach many of them explicitly. Assessment and grading. As you can see from the picture on Manage Back, all our subjects are based in 4 criteria: A, B, C, and D. A student will get a grade of 1 to 8 for each criteria. Okay, so when your child says to you, "Oh, I received a 4 in design," it's out of 8. It's not out of 100 or out of 50. It's only out of 8 in that specific criteria. Then what happens is we add up those 4 criterion and get a total. And as you can see on the right, we have the totals here, which then gives you a grade of 1 to 7 overall. And that grade will come out in the box over here. Okay, so it's 1 to 8 for the criteria and 1 to 7 for the overall grade of the subject. Again, this is managed back as a parent sees it. So you'll see each criterion is here, so they're graded NA if they submit nothing. If they submit a piece of work that doesn't reach any of the standards, they'll get graded a 0. And then you have the 1 to 8. Anything 2 and below, teachers will contact parents and the students themselves. 3 and above are all passing grades. 7 and 8, or 8 is an exceptional grade. So if your child's getting a 7 or 8, that's an exceptional grade. And then what happens is those 4 scores are added up and they're cross-referenced over on the right from the sum, which you get an overall mark, which will go into the final grade. If any of the grades are missing, it will come up as NA. Okay. If that happens, please contact the subject teachers to find out why that's happening. You can follow all of this on ManageBack, so you can see it live as the teachers put the grades in. Services action is completed in every year of the MYP, and this is where students do service-based activities. It's out of school hours, but they must maintain a journal for recording the activities and reflections. All this can be done in ManageBack, so they don't have to buy new books or anything. It's all done in ManageBack. You can get to see this as a parent as well. As you can see the name there, Pak Chaiho is the coordinator. If you've got any questions, please contact him. We have the personal project, which in grade 10, it's the very final project they do. This brings together all the ATL skills, all the global context, all the key and related concepts that the students have learned over the years. And what they will have is a product or an outcome. They will have a process journal and a report. Again, all this information be kept on ManageBack. You can look at it at any time as a parent. Please talk to your children, especially those in grade 10, because it is a big part of the MYP and it is the culmination of all the work they've done to date. So please, if you've got any questions, please contact Pak Ferry or myself. You should have received a ManageBack email to make sure you're set up on ManageBack. Okay, so you'll need to log into that, set up your password so you can access units, grading, reports, excusals, attendance and timetable. And then you've also got access to all the teacher emails as well. So please make sure you use ManageBack. It is an essential means of communication with the school and all of the teachers. So at the end of grade 10, the students will have made their choices to either go into the full IB diploma program or to go into the certificate program. They will have comprehensive information given to them by the DP coordinator. They will have been spoken to by the school counsellors as well. And hopefully you will have had those conversations at home as to what your children want to progress on to do. And it really is helpful if the students have had that conversation with you, they know where they want to go and they work backwards so they know the subjects they're choosing at DP. Okay, I hope this has been useful. The last slide I've put on is just a few emails. There's my email, Neil Henderson there. I've put in Pak Quidaso. He's the ICT manager for school. If you can't log into ManageBack or you're having email problems, please contact him. Pak Ferry is there as the personal project coordinator. My name is down there as well because we'll both be working on that this year to help the students, as we know that the online learning is not the easiest of platforms to work from. So we think 2 people to help there would be a lot better and a lot easier. Obviously, mine is English and Pak Ferry is Indonesian, so you can contact either of us, whichever way it really helps you. Pak Taiho is the services action coordinator. I work closely with him to make sure that things are happening as well. He has a presentation, as does Pak Ferry, which you have access to. Please look at them. Really, if you have any questions, email the school, email myself, email of any of the contacts that I've given you. Don't wait until the last minute. Stay in communication and contact as much as you possibly can. Thank you for listening. I hope you've gotten something from this and hopefully we'll see you again soon.